My name is Mohammed Rashid Nasir, MBE. On 4th of April 1938, I was born to a nobleman, Saudi Ramit Khan, on the bank of River Ravi in Punjab, called Balharwar. It was in Amritsar district. Right, sir? That was the British Raj time. So I was born under British Crown. King George, at that time, was King George V. And then came 1947. And 1947, we have to cross the river and eventually end up in Lahore.
So you came here in which year? 1960?
It was exactly on 28th of August 1962.
And where did you go? I mean, did you have a job or what?
Nope, I had nothing. I had no job, no plans, no credentials, except my organization credentials. First thing, I came via Hook of Holland. From Holland, I took the boat. I came to Hook of Holland and stayed to Liverpool Street. From there, John Adams Street. It was International Youth Hostels Association headquarters. So they immediately referred me, of course after tea, to Holland Park Youth Hostel. So I came here, and from here, it was not Kensington. I found a place in Craven Hill Gardens in Bayswater, Westminster.
I suppose there were no coffee bars and cafes and all that in those days.
In those days, they were south side of the High Street. There were three major stores belonged to House of Frasers. Lord Fraser from Scotland, who owned Harrods as well at that time. It was John Barker's, Darien-Town's and Pontin's, which finished at Wright's Lane. So you get into one from Young Street, and by the time you come out from the third one, in Wright's Lane, the day was gone. There were 5 restaurants in John Barker's, coffee bars. They were known as J. Lyons. J. Lyons was a major baking company who had a factory at Olympia. It was a mighty factory, it was a big employer. So there was one near Kensington Courts on High Street. One was here opposite the station, ABC it was known. Then there was Woolworth, where opposite PC World. In Woolworth there was a coffee house. There was no shortage of meeting places in Kensington.
So you were a young man on your own,
Yeah.
weren't you? So how were you entertaining yourself? What were you doing? Did you have friends? Or what were you, how were you earning your living?
I had no relatives, no family in the country. I made my own friends, and my main activities were going to colleges, because the second objective of my coming here was to master the English language, literature. So I did varied course, Cambridge Diploma in English Literature, then speech and drama, phonetics, especially I did not want to be identified. I'm somebody who speak with a foreign accent, right? And then after sorting out English, so you make friends at colleges, universities, and then meet them along here. There was big changes going on, Swedish restaurant, other restaurant, but in the same buildings in High Street, Kensington.
So what kind of work were you doing?
I did all sort of works. I worked in John Barker's in food hall. I wanted to learn the name of every product. Then I worked as a trainee manager of a supermarket at Northern Road. Then I worked in a cake and pastry patisserie shop, sell the cakes. Then I worked as a trainee manager in a Swedish complex of restaurant in High Street, Ken. And then I sold Kenco coffee as well, the ground, the fresh coffee, not serving the coffee cup on the table. So there's all sort of jobs during my studies, because later on, then I did Chartered Institute of Secretary and Administrators. I studied accountancy, I studied law, I studied management, and then I got into full-time jobs. I got deeper and deeper into British society. I had no setbacks here. I could mix and move about in any circle, even where pure Anglo-Saxons are allowed. But when I go there, they say, "Oh, sir, you're one of us. Come on, join us." I don't know why. Perhaps it was my English. But, and then maybe Aryan features, I don't know. But here, one thing I had, once during the holidays, 3 months I worked in Anning, Chadwick and Carver Limited. It is a fur, international fur auction company. And there I saw that all the boys and girls from India, Jamaica, Pakistan, Africa, they were doing holiday jobs. And there are the toilet and washrooms, etc., were written colored and non-colored. And I didn't like that at all. And I left that company. But here in Kensington, in those days there were too many rooms to let. Population was very low. And room to let in Kensington Court, High Street, everybody, there was a notice outside. Number 1, no dogs. Number 2, no Indians. Number 3, no colored. Number 4, no Irish. Please. Typical English hypocrisy. There was a please at the end. Yeah.
So there's a lot of racism.
There was.
And you didn't.
There was prejudices, there was racism, there was slighting, even on the buses. I saw some fellows who were doing law with me. They were from Bangladesh, and on a bus, if he sits on a seat and there's a white girl or boy sitting, he would move away. And then they used to come and bang their head when they meet me. They say, "Why don't they do it to you?" But from my East Punjab, Balawals, my philosophy, all people, creature of God, all have talents, all deserve equal opportunity. all of them, I would get together and say, you know what I believe? We all are in a ship and we are in the high waters. A storm is coming. We got to sail it and rescue ourselves. So therefore, no color, no religion, no nationality will have any effect unless we pull together. That's how I used the philosophy. Anything I did when I had a high-powered job, decisions I made was for common good, not for any faction of society or people. Denmark. Again, UNESCO's conference. Mountaineering certificate. My friend from Africa, Europe, and I'm in the middle with a hat. This was in Sweden. King's College, Cambridge. Me with one of my peers from Spain. This is one of my mountaineering expedition.
When did you get married and when did you decide?
I had heard about the lady who's sitting here beside you. She just graduated from Queen Mary College and she has Lucknowi accent in Urdu and she speaks good English as well. So I said, okay. And then her father said to me, you want to meet her? I said, no. I know what she looks like. I know what her personality is. I refused to meet her. When would you like to get married? It was on Sunday. I said, Friday. 4th of January 1976, she arrived. By then, I moved from Kensington Court, taken up a flat. This was a bachelor pad, so I took a flat in here, High Street, off High Street, Abingdon Road, Abingdon Mansions. So we started life there. First daughter, Rebecca, she was born there, and Princess Beatrice in 1976, 19th of December. So their third daughter was born there, Sophia, who's in the town hall now. Then my son was born there.
So altogether you had 8
8,
children.
but we had 5 there. Then I said, we have to move now. Then we 86 we came here.
Okay. Are you happy that you settled in Britain?
Yes, very happy. Yep. That's my home, and Kensington is my village. This is a well-known fact. It's my village. I still travel a lot because my children and my wife said, you have traveled the world. You have to show us the places you have been to. Etchison, the new mayor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were invited
No,
there.
the old 3 mayors are there.
Yeah, Edward Hess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the lady mayor, that's you.
This is my friend, Mr. Singleton,
Yeah.
and the French friend of mine, the mayor of Kensington at that time.
Yeah.
Look, here
Beautiful.
I'm addressing the AGM
Yeah.
in the town hall. Yeah.
Okay. You know, this part of this program is for young people to discover what the previous generation had been through and what they did. But could you suggest a message for young people of today? Young people in this borough, for example?
My message to young people is, you call it nature, you call it God, you call it any name. Your father and mother, 2 people got together, they had you. Never forget that. They are the one who gave you birth and raised you. It is very difficult to put a price on their sacrifice. And after that, opportunities are there. We live in a very civilized country where give and take is a very fair laws and peace. But good and bad's are everywhere. But we have to look at the country's laws and country's social practices, business and social practices, not private what people do. All the opportunities are there for young people. Don't shy away to avail all the opportunities to develop yourself. And also, do not underestimate yourself. Every one of you are born with a lot of potential. And there's nothing you cannot do. It is the confidence and the action which counts. Moaning and looking to a big brother doesn't help.